Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Totally Random Thoughts. My name is Bree.
I'm Tag.
And together we are...
Bree and Tag.
Welcome back to the podcast full of totally random shit.
That's us.
We have our first guest here with us today. Everyone,
Hello.
Please say hi to Heather.
Hello, Heather.
Hello.
She's going to... Oh, sorry, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, how are you?
Oh, good, thanks.
Yeah.
She's going to tell us about herself, and we're going to chat about, I think, a very important topic that doesn't get talked about a lot.
I agree.
In today's world. But first, do we want to do our little catch-up
Yeah.
that we normally do?
How was your week, Bree?
It was fine. It was busy. It's always busy, though.
Yes.
My co-op student turned employee that's been with us for a year and a half had her last day today. So I will miss her very much.
That's sad.
She's such a good human and has been so awesome to have on the team, but she deserves to go see what she wants to do with her life and try different things.
How old is she?
Almost 19.
Oh,
She's a
so
baby.
much to do. Yeah.
She's a baby. So there's that. I'm just going to have to figure out how to readjust and try and finally find another parts person to...
I'll come work for you.
Okay. In
Other
all
parts.
your spare time.
Yeah.
And then we had our well pump replaced 2 days ago, which was needed. So it is a positive thing that we were finally able to get that done. But we were hoping it would fix more of the water pressure issues in our house. And it did in certain areas, but it didn't help the kitchen sink or my shower. And I think those are...
Why do you think that is?
I think they are on the same line, like the same copper pipe.
Okay.
And we're starting to be concerned that there may be some sediment buildup. That's going to be a bigger problem because this house was a foreclosure and was probably having water running through it without the softening system working because it was totally broken when we bought it. And when we installed ours, we spent all the money on the super fancy 4-tower one that was supposed to be way better, and we were led to believe by the guy that installed it that we had, like, the sediment filtration portion was internal and all this fun stuff. Yeah, there's no sediment filter.
That's not
They
good.
never installed one. So it's been 5 years.
Of possibly sediment just settling in your lines.
Yep.
That's always good.
So, I don't want to sound like that, like, typical, stereotypical American, but, like, if it gets that bad, like, kind of want to sue. Not gonna lie. If it's all of a sudden gonna cost me, like, 20 grand in plumbing costs and I have to replumb my freaking house.
Yeah, but you'd have to prove a lot of things.
Yeah.
I know.
Isn't that something that you have to deal with if it's a foreclosure, though?
Yes and no,
Okay.
because there's no one can necessarily prove that, because it did have a sediment filter before.
Oh, okay.
So the sediment filter usually comes before the softening system, and it makes sure that there's no sediment for when the water goes into the softening
right.
system to take the hardness and balance out of it and balance the pH levels and everything. So when they did this one, we were referred to the guy specifically, and he did side work on top of working for this company. So, but he hooked us up, like, with this company for, like, to get the actual system, and then he installed it as an employee of theirs. And he kind of led us to believe that it's, like, the top of the line one. It's all, and I've had a well my whole life. Like, I know how these things work.
Okay.
And he led us to believe that it has all this extra stuff and it has the 4 tanks and everything's internal. You don't have to worry about it, blah, blah, blah. Well, that was a lie. And it actually does not have an internal sediment filter. So, and they never installed one, which is something that as the well company, they should have known to do, especially based off the hardness of our water when they did testing. And they didn't. So I've been going without a sediment filter for 5 years.
I would sue the shit out of them.
I kind of flipped out on and I did say, like, I'm sorry, I know this isn't directly your fault and that you're the one that has to take this call and deal with it, but she's like, no, I understand. Like, that was not great on our part. And I was like, you're damn fucking right, it wasn't. Like, I was so mad. I kind of flipped on the poor woman from the water softening company yesterday, but I got real mad because you might have just cost me Who knows how much money?
Couple $3.
Yeah.
But we'll figure it out. I hit a new high weight with my squats this week, so I
What'd you
feel
do?
positive.
What is it?
Awesome.
120, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thanks.
Nice.
I'm sore as hell, but it feels good.
You're looking very good.
Thanks. I'm trying. I'm counting my macros and
You're
everything
doing.
again.
Very good.
We're going to have a whole episode on that, I think. Add it
Okay.
to our never-ending list with the mentality.
We've got enough
portion.
episode ideas to last for like the next 3
I
years
know.
right now.
But the mentality portion of like calorie and macro tracking and working out and food and all that fun stuff, kind of like a continuation of the episode with you.
Okay. We can do
Because
that.
there's some thoughts on that. But how was your week?
My week was good. Gym is busy. Wellness center is very busy. And getting to the end of the renovation from the septic backup. So all the sheetrocking is done. The laundry room is back up and running full tilt.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good to go. All the tile is done and grouted and all set there. The, like I said, sheetrock is done. And the carpet padding is in. We're waiting for the carpet to go in next week now. And then we got to just pick furniture. And, you know, they're giving us a budget to go shop with because everything obviously was covered. So we're waiting for the insurance company to give us a final number on what we're allowed to go shop with as far as a budget. But we've been out looking at a few things chair-wise and seeing what we can replace the set that we had and you know, what other things we might have to get. Our entertainment unit that holds our 82-inch TV, because our TV is not like new TVs are super thin, and this is an actual rear projection TV. So it's got a few pounds to it, and it's a little bit bigger. And it's 82 inches, and you need a larger entertainment unit to hold it, and we can't find them. Like the size that we have, it's either the new ones that are deep enough. That's the problem is getting the depth in it. We need like 17 inches at least. And they're all either 13, 16, or 20. And if they're the 20, they're too wide. So we're struggling with finding one that's not too wide, but has the right depth. So we're in the midst of looking for all that stuff. Nothing terrible. Just
almost done,
waiting
though,
for
so
the
that's
budget.
good.
Yeah, we should be done. You know, as far as construction and stuff, we should be done inside a week. Just getting the carpet laid. That's all that's left to do.
Good.
And then it's just, you know, getting furniture.
I love how we both just went straight to house crap.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, the wellness center's been great.
Yes.
The gym is busy. Wellness center's busy.
Speaking of wellness center.
Yes. Nice segue.
Thanks. I'm getting kind of good at this. I don't know. So Heather comes from the wellness center. She works with John on a daily basis.
That's where I come from.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The wellness
she lives,
center.
she lives in the back
I come
room.
from the
She
wellness
lives
center.
there.
I just live there in the corner, you know, just being a little hermit.
It's
At the
fine.
wellness
That's
center.
kind of how
That's
I am
where
at
I
the
live.
shop. I'm literally like in a corner in a concrete room in my little cave.
So why don't you tell us who you are and a little bit about you?
My name is Heather Morgan. I work at Tag Team Fit. Well, myself, but I work out of Tag Team Fitness.
But she is actually Heather Morgan Fitness and Yoga.
Yes, I am. I do personal training, Thai body work, yoga. I started with yoga. That's how we kind of got connected.
How'd you guys meet? I don't actually know that story.
So, my husband and I, so I've been married for almost 22 years now, and children, everything, and I told my husband we need to do something. We need to go out because the kids were older. So, I went to school with his wife. We graduated together. We were all friends on Facebook, but I never knew who he was. So, but I saw he posted that he was playing, so we went down to the shit show.
Oh my god, it was the shit show.
The shit
Yes.
show.
I
Main
didn't
Street
know
Sports
that.
Clinic. Yep.
The
Out
shit
of
show.
all shows, too.
And we went every weekend. But the first time we sat there, we got right there in the front, and he came over, and he talked to us, and, you know.
You're like, this guy's kind of messed in the head. We should be friends.
Yes.
Well, her husband was wearing a quite inappropriate
Very
shirt. I'm like, well, they
inappropriate
fit
shirt.
right in.
Oh,
here.
yeah, there you go.
Yes. So he came over, we were talking. He was trying to get his massage license, and he needs some bodies to work on. So, hi, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I got nothing to do during the day when I'm done with my stuff, so I started going down to see him, help him get his license. My husband started seeing him for training, and then I did, and my daughter also went down for a little bit. And And then he told me, he said, you should become a yoga instructor. And I was like, no.
Did you do a lot of yoga?
I did yoga all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the time. Yep.
So sorry if
Well,
you hear
so-
my dogs barking, by the way.
That's okay. They're cute.
They're being very loud.
They're loud.
Mainly Penny.
I started working out back in 2012. That's when I started. But I injured myself, and then I side railed and just stuck to yoga. But we met him at the shit show, and we started working together. He said I should become a yoga instructor, and I was like, no, I don't do that. That would just not be me. And then one day, I was like, hey, I'm going to become a yoga instructor. I'm going to go to school. And he was all, hey, I found this place in Hanson that's bigger, and I would like you to become my yoga instructor. So that's how we started.
Yeah. Because I said to her, you should become a, oh, I could never do it. And then 2 weeks
No.
later, she's like, so I did a thing.
Yes. So, but my big thing was I wanted small classes. I did teach at Open Doors a couple of times, and it's nice. But I like my yoga better, and I don't like big classes. I'm not a performer. I don't like to be in front of people, which is weird because I did that too. But I feel like I'm getting sidetracked.
Well, you're going to have to tell me more about that later, though, because I didn't know
All over
this
the
about
place.
you.
What?
What?
What didn't you know?
You did
How we met?
No, performing?
Oh, performing. No, I don't perform.
Oh, I thought you said
But
I did that, too.
I did that too. I went on stage in a bikini.
Oh, you're right, for the fitness, yes.
Yeah,
for
we'll
fitness.
get to that.
We'll get to
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's late. That'll come later.
So,
Yes.
but that's how we met, and then I met you through him.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's full circle for that. But yes, I have been married for 22 years. I have 2 children. 26 years old, and my daughter's about to be 21 next month. And I have been a stay-at-home mom up until about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you started your yoga training in April of 21.
Right.
And we opened in October of 21. That's when you started
Yes.
teaching.
So I signed up for the intensive program, and there were classes every night for just a couple of months. But because I actually never planned for it, I had already had a vacation planned, so I had to take a little bit longer to get certified. So I think it was in November.
Yes.
Yes, November. I became a yoga instructor, and here I am. And then I decided to become a personal trainer as well. I figured it'd be a good addition to what I was doing, and I enjoyed working out, and so that's how I got into that. I just really like to help people, so I figured that was a great idea to do
And then
that.
Thai body work.
Thai body work, which I absolutely love.
Yes.
That is
Okay,
my favorite.
we'll get
Yes,
into
yes.
the
Okay.
credentials and all that. Just to kind of
Backtrack it.
yeah.
Back, rewind.
So-
And then bikini competitions, like fitness competitions.
Yeah. Well, that'll be because we'll get to like the present.
Yes.
I kind of want to start
Starting
from
the beginning.
what kind of led you from being a stay-at-home mom for about 20 years almost
Yep.
to what?
How old are you now?
Yeah.
I am 46. I will be 47 in November.
So in your mid 40s, you decide it's time to look. I've been mom and wife for many years.
Yes.
And it's time to find out who Heather is again.
Right. So at what point do you think you kind of realized you needed or wanted to focus more on yourself and kind of have like a self-discovery?
So, in my early 40s, my youngest was still in school, and I became just very I know that my daughter is going to be leaving. I know that she's older. I don't need to be here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
What am I going to do? So, I became very sad. I became really sad. I think it was the start of perimenopause for me, and that is what everything just felt awful. Everything sucked. It just plain and simple, everything sucked. I would just be crying for no reason. I needed something to do. I needed a hobby. I needed to get out of the house. I was in the house.
Well, I feel like a lot of, again, I'm not a mom yet, so I don't know, but from what I kind of saw, even in my own mother and what I've heard from other women, and what I wish women would talk more about and normalize the feelings of, but they don't, is I feel like so many women lose themselves in motherhood.
Yes.
And that is just their purpose. That's their
Yes.
life. That's who and what they are, nothing else for so many years. And then all of a sudden, they're kind of an empty nester and they're like, who the F am I?
Yeah.
What is
Right.
going on? And it's like a treacherous uphill battle to go through.
Yes, it's yes, it's difficult. I full-time mom. I'm also very much a people pleaser. I not only was taking care of my children all those years, I was also taking care of my parents and my in-laws, who
Oh, wow.
both my in-laws are passed now. It was like I was taking them to the hospital because of cancer treatments.
That was my
and
mom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all of
she did
that
the same
stuff.
thing.
I did all of that. I just look at it as it was something I needed to do. It was part of the family. I don't even think about myself. I just took care of everybody else. Everybody else came first. And I'm learning how to put myself first. And that's very hard.
Yeah.
Very
it
hard.
is.
Yeah.
Very hard.
I've said
So-
it many times. A lot of our clients are in the same boat as you. And I've said many times that push-ups is what we do, like, so to speak, working out is what we do. But what I get to do is help people fall back in love with who they are as a person.
Right.
Because most of the people that we work with are just like you, mid-40s moms whose
Right.
kids are old enough for them to
Yes.
stop being mom and start being Heather, start being whoever they want to get back to being.
Right. Yeah, and I didn't even know who I was.
That's
I
another
had
big part.
no idea
Being
who
lost.
I was. So not only was I a stay-at-home mom, I also raised my younger brothers. So
So you've been doing it even longer.
I've been doing
then.
it even longer, and I didn't even know where to go. I didn't know what to do. And just one day I saw Open Doors, and that's just where I started after talking to you. And it was very scary. I was sweating. I was dying. I was like sitting in my car waiting to go into the first class, and it was so like, I'm like, this is so stupid. I am an adult. I can do this. Why am I having a panic attack before going into yoga class? This is just dumb. So, but I got over it eventually, and now I'm doing it. It just,
And
I
she's
had
amazing at it.
just had to push myself. And I also had to stop listening to other people, because the people pleaser in me, I'm being pulled in all sorts of different directions. Why aren't you doing this for me anymore? Kind of things, And I felt bad taking care of myself, and I still to this day feel bad taking care of myself, because that's,
Why do you think so many women feel that way?
we feel like everything's our responsibility.
Fair
We
point.
have always been the caregiver. We've
And the mental the mental
Right.
household managers and
Yes, I took care of my kids. I took care of my husband. I got up before everybody else in the house. I made sure my husband had his coffee before he went to work. I made sure I was working
oh
out.
wow, you were that nice.
Yes, I was.
Sorry,
Bree
I was
doesn't.
not
Bree's
that.
like, you can.
I
your
was
own damn
doing
coffee."
everything. I was doing everything.
Sorry,
I
I
was,
love my husband. I swear.
I was doing everybody's laundry, and then one day I was like, nope. I taught my son how to do his laundry.
Yep.
No problem. My daughter, she's doing hers, and my husband's now doing his.
Oh, that's good.
There you go.
That's great.
One less thing off of you.
Right. So now I've gotten to the point where I'm doing so much outside the house. It's like I don't have time to do my own laundry.
I
But
know
that's
that feeling.
okay. I'm still wearing the same clothes as I was wearing earlier. But yeah. So getting out of the house was very scary. Very scary. I didn't have mom groups. I didn't feel like it fit in at all with the moms at the schools either. I had one friend, and it was because our children were the same age, and she was uncomfortable because she was 10 to 15 years older than all the other moms. She was a late mom, and I was an early mom. So somehow that just bonded us, and we became friends. We're not friends anymore because the kids fell apart. So I guess that's for moms. It's like we depend on the children as well to
Yeah.
have a social life. That's how I had my social life.
Play dates and
Yes.
everything else.
So going out of the house, I started trying to reconnect with old friends, and that's hard to do too. Um, so, yes.
So what do you think was, would you say that the yoga and kind of going to Open Door and was the kind of the first step that you
Yes.
took?
I went in, I was like, oh my God. I came home and I told my husband, I go, people are nice. He's like, what? I go, I thought the whole world was just this evil, evil place.
I spoke with strangers and they were nice.
They were nice.
Imagine that.
Right? That's weird to say. Is that weird to say?
No.
I feel like I
'Cause I
say that, and I'm
understand.
like,
I
I was
have
very
a-
sheltered. Yeah, people, I didn't know other towns, everything. It wasn't just your little town anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I was in everywhere, and it was pretty cool meeting new people. It's just, I don't know. It
Well,
sounds
when you've-
weird saying it.
When you've
because
spent
I'm an
20
adult.
years singularly taking care of everything.
Right.
And really
to
kind of
then-
only interacting with children.
Yeah.
Right. And at one point I was I babysat after school.
Yeah.
This like whole family of, yeah, it was great, but it was a lot of kids. But that's all I knew for the longest time. And then I met adults and I was like, ooh. People are nice
We
and
can have
nobody
actual
knows anything.
conversations
I'm like, nobody knows
Everyone's
anything.
just
that don't
figuring
involve
it
Paw
out.
Patrol.
Right? I don't know Paw Patrol. That's
You don't know Paw Patrol?
That's before my
Oh
time.
my goodness.
No, I know Little Einsteins.
Oh, okay.
Yes, Little Einsteins.
All right.
Bear in the Big Blue House.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
I
kids.
loved Bear in the Big Blue House.
Yeah.
You know Bear in the Blue House. You probably
That
were
one
young enough.
out
My
of the
kids are
box.
Paw Patrol and Peppa Pig kids.
Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig has been around forever.
Peppa Pig's awesome.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Woof.
The difference in their barks is hilarious.
I love it. I love it.
Boof.
Yes.
Out of nowhere.
So out of the house, in the gym. I'm meeting new people in the gym.
Yep.
I had discovered this thing called competing. When people get up on stage, and I was like, I could never do that.
Fitness
I could-
competitions,
yes,
by the way,
fitness
is what she's
competitions.
talking about.
Yes. So I figured, I was like, nope, I could never do that. But I was playing with the idea in my head.
So we had another client.
Right.
I had a client who
Do you want me to go yell at them? I'm so sorry.
started.
They're not
Our
bothering
mics
me.
probably can't even hear it because they're very.
Okay.
They're
Well,
not
let's
bothering
hope.
me.
You might hear a quick little boof.
Yep. So I had a client who was doing fitness competition.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I wound up having more clients, and she was watching the whole process, and I was like, "You should do it." She's like, "No."
I'm like, I don't look like that. I am not that kind of person. I had a yoga body. But,
Yep.
And then I started picking up some weights, and yeah, I was like, I'll try it, and I enjoyed it. It was weird. I placed first place in my first competition. I didn't get pro because there wasn't enough people in the competition, but I did that.
Now 7 trophies later.
Yes. And
That's a huge accomplishment.
it is.
That like the dedication and
But
the
a
work
side
it takes.
note for all
Completely
of that.
transformed her body, by the way. If you look at her day one, and then even just her first competition, and then now 2.5 years
completely
later,
different.
it's not even the same body.
It's not. It's completely different. I love where I am now. I never thought I would be able to be the way that I am now.
And to be able to do it like after kids and
Right.
and
Exactly.
in your 40s. I mean,
Right.
so I think so many people think that, especially women, think that once they hit a certain age, it's not possible.
It dispels
Oh.
a lot of the myths of it's too late for me.
Right.
Exactly.
Yes. But I will say that yoga and the personal training and all that brought me out. But then as soon as I brought in the competition side, I lost a lot of people. My whole family. I don't talk to anybody in my family. Like I'll run into my aunts and uncles and they'll be like, "We're so proud of you." Or my cousin, he's like, "You put us to shame." I talk to my parents like once a year now. Yeah.
Since competing?
Since competing, everyone in my family has blocked me on social media. I've lost friends. Like they're just like, I don't even want to look at that. Like my aunt,
I've never thought of
my
that being
aunt.
a reaction from people
Oh, yeah.
for
Oh,
something
yes.
like that.
Yeah.
My aunt-
A lot of people who are think of the New England puritanical way of life and thinking, how dare you put on a bikini and get on a stage in front of other people? That's for private time.
Right. Yes.
So
Yes, and I like to share my story on social media once in a while, but you won't see it too much on Facebook anymore
No, I don't.
because of people not liking what they see. I've had people block me.
I
Family
say that's a
members.
them problem.
I say it's a
It
them
is a
problem as
them
well.
problem.
Yeah.
Yes, I
They
just,
could literally just turn. They could hit those three little dots
oh yes,
up at the top of your post and
Yep.
say, "Don't show any of her posts in my
Right.
feed."
No, they
You know,
block
that
me
that comes
instead.
down to something we could do in a whole nother episode on.
Well,
is,
yeah.
is how, well, you're making me feel bad. Well, that's really you
Yeah.
feeling bad.
Right.
I'm not making you do anything.
God, that's gonna be an interesting episode.
That'll
if
be
we
an
do
episode
that.
we have to advance
So-
look at sometime.
so-
and it's common though. How many people go, well, I wish I could look like you. Then do it. There's nothing I'm doing that anybody else
we can
can't do.
We can do a whole episode on that. I
Yeah.
can
You can
come back
be
for
on
that.
Oh,
That
yeah.
would be.
Come back for that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I want to talk more about that too, as like kind of
Yes.
part of your transformation and that type of feedback from people and how you were able to get through it, because that's very interesting to me. I never heard of or thought of that type of reaction in the
Yeah.
bodybuilding scene. So kind of like being able now to look back at your, I guess I'll say, like, transformation. What do you think is the, looking back and thinking about what it was like when you were a stay-at-home mom, what do you think is the hardest aspect of maintaining self-care and individuality as a mother?
It's hard to feel not guilty.
Like mom shame
Right.
is a real thing.
Right. Oh, absolutely.
And mom guilt.
Right. Like I see a lot of moms who don't have that, and I wish that I was more like them. Like the whole, I went to the salon, I got my nails done. I don't do that. I'm like, no, I need to save that money because my kid's gonna need shoes or braces. We've done all that. All of that is done, and I still have in my head today. I'm like,
Right.
well, I can't do that because you never know. I don't spend money on myself. So, yes, the shame. Yes. We always put people first. I don't know why.
Do you think it's just kind of something that has been ingrained in women by society?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I mean,
she's a bad mom
It
if she
goes
does
back
too much
also
for
to
herself. And
it goes back also to the show that we've done in the past with generational differences.
Yeah.
You know, like my parents were born in the 1930s, right? So my parents, yes, you are the stay-at-home mom. That's your job. So the female mentality was that. Your
Right.
parents were younger than mine, but still of that generational mindset of
Yes.
the house, the
Yes.
homemaker is the house.
So my mom did work.
So that's what you get taught.
Yeah, but she was very much the people pleaser. My mom worked, but she was still the full-time mom. But she worked, but she was still the full-time mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my
she
dad.
worked, but she still managed the whole household.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
And I
what
think
learned.
that was an unfortunate reality for a
A
lot of
people.
women.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I could tell you so many stories of how I ended up the way I am because I look back at what my mom did. You know, like she was not a happy woman. She's still not a happy woman. So
But you made sure you were.
but I see my parents and I'm like, I don't want to be that, and I'm trying to break free from that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely
that's
trying to
good.
break free from that. They're very unhealthy people. I love them to death. We have a lot of space between us now, but
I think it's good though when you can kind of recognize.
it's taken me a very long
It's
time to get here.
I've let go of and I no longer resent anything about them, and I have nothing against them for the way they handled
Right.
things. They were just trying to figure it out themselves, but I've
Yes.
learned through that
Yes.
I don't want that for myself.
Exactly.
So I'm going to do things differently. And I think that's awesome that
Yeah.
you're able to kind of take that mentality with it though and switch it up like that, because
Thanks.
too many people kind of just become a product of their environment.
Yep.
Yes. Right.
Um,
Yes.
Well, that was my dad taught me very simple that same kind of thing. So my dad was in the Air Force, right? Going back.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, my dad was in the Air Force.
Okay.
And as he was coming to the end of his tour, he served in Korea, and he was coming to the end of his tour. My dad was an amazing softball player, like stunningly good, and beat out a semi-pro second baseman to play in the military. And the Air Force went to my dad and said, "We want you to re-enlist for 6 months." Now, my dad was a medic. Re-enlist for 6 months. We'll promote you from a staff sergeant to a second lieutenant. You will play softball for 6 months, traveling base to base for morale. And at the end of the 6 months, we will send you to nursing school. And my mom at the time has gotten pregnant with my sister, my oldest sister, and said, "Absolutely not, you're coming home." So he came home, and he worked for MetLife for 30 years, and then a bunch of other. We had an amazing life, but he always instilled in me, don't do that. I should have
Because we
spent
could have
that
had
6
an
months.
even better life.
I would have had a better pension. I would have had a better career.
Yeah.
Because if you get the chance to do the things you want to do them. And that was when I went full-time music. My second phone call was to my dad. My first was to Laureen. My second one was to my dad. "Hey, I'm no longer. I don't work anymore. I'm a full-time musician." He goes, "Can you pay bills?" I'm like, "Yep." "You happy?" "Yep." "Congratulations." 2 questions he asked me. That was it. And that's the mindset that a lot of people who have been stuck at home for 20 years.
Yes.
Well, this is what I am now. This is what I've got. This is what I'm
I
allowed
don't
to
know
be.
what else.
This is what I'm
Right.
allowed to be.
I don't know how to be anything else.
Right.
Right.
And then everybody gets comfortable with you being that way.
And
And
you
then
try to change.
The 1 second you try to just change one little thing, everybody's like, "What are you doing? That's not you."
And now you're the villain.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
now you're disrupting what they've
When
come
all-
to know and be used to and rely on
Yes.
for the last 20 years.
When
Yes.
all I'm trying to do is better myself
And be happy.
and be happy.
Yep.
And do what
Which you deserve.
Yes. So,
Everyone deserves to be happy.
yes. Yes.
So what do you think has been the most important part of your self-rediscovery?
Most
Could be something you've discovered about yourself, something that you've kind of learned, a new mentality you've taken.
I'm stronger than I think I am.
Like you've learned that you're stronger than you
Yes.
think.
Mentally or
Yes.
physically?
Mentally.
Physically, too.
Physically too.
Yeah.
Um,
But
But-
I see mentally what you're talking about.
mentally, absolutely. And I do still take a few steps back, and I have to come back from it.
Progress isn't linear.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's been a hard road. I don't know. I just keep trying to do what's good for me. And that is very hard as a people pleaser because everybody, because I'm boundaries. I never had boundaries before. So trying to set boundaries.
Oh, and that's so important when trying to focus on your own goals.
Because
and-
when you're a mom, bathroom's
What are
open.
boundaries?
Everybody just walks into the bathroom, and
Yeah.
there's no boundaries. You're the
a
mom.
2-year-old doesn't understand.
No,
Nope.
no.
Yeah.
So but that lasts forever. Knocking on the door. I'm in the bathroom. Yeah, but that's the perfect example that I can think of. You don't have space. It's kids. No matter what you're doing, no matter what you're planning, you always have to think of the kids and whoever else is in that house before mom gets to do anything. And that's how.
But then if you do take one moment where you're like, okay, kids, hold on. You can keep playing with your, entertain yourselves for a second. Mom needs to go do this for
Okay.
herself real
Funny
quick.
story. Funny
Now
story.
there's mom shame. Someone will shame you
Okay.
for that.
I shamed myself. My son was 5 years
Oh,
old.
yes, this one.
My son was
You know this story?
He knows the story. My son was just about 5 years old. He was 5 years old. I was pregnant out to here. I was ginormous. I had 2 months to go. I got this. I was also working. I was an assistant manager at KB Toys in the Hanover Mall. And long day. I came home, 2 months left. I'm like, my feet were swollen.
Ugh.
And I just needed to sit down. My son's got his little styrofoam swords, and he's like, Mama, come play with me. I'm like, Mama needs 5 minutes. Mama needs 5 minutes. I literally put my feet up on the coffee table, and the next thing I hear is slam. He's screaming, and we're off to the hospital. If I hadn't, mom shame, if I hadn't said 5 minutes and just played with him, he never would have broke his finger. Mom shame.
Yeah, and so many moms, like in a situation like that, will blame themselves.
Yes. He asked to play with me. And I said,
Right.
5 minutes.
But who would have said if you...
And he said, okay. And he spun around and whacked his finger off.
But who would have said you could have been like, okay, let's play, and he'd be like,
I
okay, and run to grab a toy and
Exactly.
do the same thing.
Right.
I
So
know that.
it's-
I know that.
No, I know.
I know that. But in my head, yep, if I hadn't said 5 minutes, he would have been perfectly fine. He would have not broke his finger. I would not have had to sign waivers to have. So my son is not my husband's son. So I had to sign waivers so he could go in for x-rays. And I couldn't go in with him because of how far along I was being pregnant. And then when I had my daughter, he had to get his cast off. I was in the hospital. So my mother and my mother-in-law took him. And he was so excited because we were in the same hospital. And he came and showed me his nasty hands. And look at my fingers, Mom. I'm like, oh, my God, that's so gross. Get away from me. Don't touch your daughter. Don't touch your sister. Oh, my God. It was awful. But yes. So, yes, mom shame. It is real.
And mom guilt.
Yeah, mom guilt. Yeah, it's just, yeah, it's bad.
So fast forwarding, though,
Yes.
now that you've kind of been able to not be a stay-at-home mom for a few years now and
Yes.
have gotten into kind of a new routine, a new
Yes.
lifestyle, what are some positive habits that you've now been able to incorporate into your daily routines and your lifestyle?
I know. Take care of myself a little bit better. I don't have the kids at home to take care of anymore. Everybody seems to be doing things on their own now, so I can do things on my own. I do school online, learn different things. What was the question?
What are some positive habits that you've incorporated
Positive
into your
habits.
routines?
Meditation. I make myself meditate, even if it's in my vehicle. That is something I absolutely do. I need to have
Not
that.
while you're driving, or
I turn it on the radio. I don't close my eyes or anything.
She's just meditating to
no,
me down the road.
Ah!
The road is straight, so you know.
That's what cruise control is for.
No, I'll put on a meditation with like affirmations and stuff that I can just listen to. I have gotten away from like drama stuff. I'm finding much easier separating.
Creating those boundaries.
Yes, creating boundaries.
Wow.
Yes, that's
Good.
becoming not a lot easy. It's easier in some ways, hard in others. At home, it's still very hard.
Well, because that's where
Everybody's
usually,
comfortable.
yes, and usually for the majority of the time, that's where the least boundaries
Right.
are.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, how do you feel your mental and physical health have changed? I know you mentioned that you feel like you realized you're mentally stronger than you ever thought you were. But
Yes.
mentally and physically, I mean, obviously you've changed physically. We talked about that a little bit.
Right.
And we'll
So,
brief that, but how do you feel you've changed?
I'm more positive. I seek out happy things more. I see more positive. I see more positive things. I don't feel stuck. I guess I feel more free now to be able to do things that maybe I wasn't able to do before, or I thought that I couldn't do before.
Right. More
I
capable.
could have. I just didn't, because
Mom guilt.
mom guilt. I was in my own little box. I just wanted to make sure everybody was good, because I felt if someone wasn't good, then it would reflect badly on me. You know, like, so when your kid goes out in the snow where he's wearing slides and socks that go up to his knees and he's wearing shorts and he's got a tank top on, and you're like, have a good day at school, kid. You just gotta let it go. I let a lot of things go now.
Yeah.
Whereas I used to control more. Now I'm just like, okay, whatever. You're mad about that. Okay. So
Right.
I'm way
You've been
more
able to
chill.
kind of manage and change how you react to things.
Yes.
Because that's
Yes.
I feel is what's really
Well, with kids, it's
important
like-
is how, not necessarily what's happening to you, but how you react to it.
right.
Is,
Well, that's the control that we do have. You can't control what happens to you. You can control how you react to it.
right.
Finding new paths, finding new places. You learn new ways to control your own reactions.
Right. Yes.
You know, when you're suddenly not just in the house and you're getting a lot more input from the world, you start to formulate more ideas on how to react to situations. Wow, I didn't know that this.
Well, and you're exposed to more situations.
Yeah.
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 And you start to see things. So, you know, it becomes, as the input becomes greater, your ability to formulate and broaden your thought process becomes greater.
Right.
So then, we're not stuck in that people pleasing mode all the time. You can see that I don't have to people please.
Right.
I can think about my wellness first.
Right, because I used to go around the house and make sure everybody was okay, and then I could be okay. Not, I need to make sure I'm okay.
You were pouring
And
from
then-
an empty pot
Yes.
all those years.
We say that all the time. We talk about it all the time.
Yes.
Oh, I think so many moms, unfortunately, do the same
A
thing.
lot of moms
Yeah.
do.
I say to everybody, you have to be selfish. You can't be, people say, oh, you have kids now. The kids come first. And I was always like, no. I still come first. I can't be a good dad. I can't be a good husband if I don't
You're not functioning.
selfishly make sure that I'm full and ready to give a lot of things.
Right.
You've got to be able to, and that's, you look at any of the top speakers out there. They will tell you need to make sure that your wellness is paramount so that you are able to have the energy to give out to other people. We work in an energetic, fulfilling job. She is a level 1 Reiki heading for level 2.
Oh, she's gained so many certifications in the last couple of years.
A personal trainer. She's an advanced Thai body worker, a yoga instructor. All of those require your energy.
Yes.
When you do Thai body work on somebody, I do massage therapy and Thai body work. We're both empaths.
Yep.
So if
Very
we're
much
touching
so.
someone, we're taking from them as much as we're trying to put into them. And you have to have the energy to not only give and take, but defend.
Right.
Well, yeah, or else you'll be totally overtaken.
Oh my God, yeah.
And it will just
Yeah.
destroy you.
So
Right.
coming out of a stay-at-home environment where you had minimal input from minimal people
Right.
to going to a
And
wide
the people
environment,
you did have, you were always thinking of them before yourself.
right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To where now we have, we're starting to push 80, 90 people a week through the door.
Yeah.
That's a lot of energy.
It is a lot of energy.
So sorry that some of the days I come in.
I'm used to your energy.
We might be personal trainers and body workers, but we're also very much therapists. Very much.
Yeah, we play emotional therapists a lot of
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I feel like
Yeah.
that's a huge place where people end up just like
Yep.
Yep.
venting and dumping everything.
We
Yeah.
make it a priority to try to get in at, early in the morning before we open to kind of
Just
straighten
to-
up, clean, and meditate and get
Yeah.
ourselves ready for the day.
We look at the schedule. Yeah. Figure out. Because we know who the people are. Prepare.
That might come in with a little bit more of a
Right.
storm cloud
Well,
versus the other one.
I mean, I'll look at my yoga schedule, and if I know the people who are coming, so I make all my yoga classes based on who's in the class instead of just going off of a script. So I like to prepare, but sometimes they come in, and even for yoga, I'm like, "Are you okay?" And then no, and it turns into something else, and then I put them through movements that help with their mental state, and that can be a lot because it is a whole hour with one person that has I can feel the energy. Like I'll be like, whoa, something's different. I've been in a yoga class where I've had 4 clients come in, and there's just one client will walk past me, and I'll go, what just happened? And you can feel it, and
Yep.
it's hard.
People don't realize the energies and the vibes they give off, even just through body language. And,
Yes.
and-
Yep.
So now kind of being able to have that type of mentality every day, and more so finding that balance within yourself after these last couple of years, have you noticed, you're mentioning even kind of now being able to feel the energies of people more. Have you noticed a change in any of your relationships in your life? Like I know you mentioned there's been some positive changes with people, and then there's
Right.
actually kind of been some negative because maybe people aren't used to just
Right.
not having
I'm not-
someone at their disposal all the time.
Yes, so I'm not around all the time anymore. My schedule is all over the place. I like to be out helping people. And I know that maybe sometimes I should probably be at home, but in my head, I'm like, I've been home
For
so
20 years.
long. I want to be out of the house.
Well, and then with your bodybuilding stuff too, you mentioned, I've never thought that would be the reaction with some.
Yeah.
People. That's sad that they let that get.
I had my sister-in-law. We were so close, so close. Like my brother would text me and be like, "Hey, should I get this for her for Mother's Day?" Da da da, stuff like that. We were so close. I was down there all summer long.
And after competing.
And then I competed, and then I went to go onto Facebook because you can make parties and stuff. And I went to go
events.
invite her to my daughter's graduation party, and I went, "She's not there."
She blocked you?
She blocked me completely. She talked to me through my daughter. I shouldn't be talking about this, but she's not gonna hear that. But yeah, it was so much drama. I was like, I don't understand.
Do you think that any of it could be based out of some kind of jealousy?
Oh, absolutely. Her and I was such close friends.
Most of that from anybody.
Oh,
is.
usually
it's
is
not what you're
jealousy.
doing. It's how it makes me feel, and I don't like how that makes me
It's a
feel.
reflection of them.
I'm not talking
Right.
to you anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of, well, maybe I need to better myself. Most people, look, what we do for a living is train people. They walk in our door and they tell us, here's what I don't like about myself. How do we change it? Some people aren't willing to make that step.
Right.
If they walk into our facility and say, I'm not happy in life, it's time for me to make a change, I'm coming here to make a change, that's somebody ready.
Right.
The people who aren't ready are the ones who are going to blame everybody except themselves.
Right. Yep.
And those are the people who are going to go, I'm not going to talk to you anymore because you make me feel bad about me. Well, that's
Or
a
those
you,
are
that's,
people
and
that
again,
have just kind of
not to sound
never-
callous, but that's a you problem.
Well,
Right.
or it's
And
just
that's
people
a
that
negative energy, honestly, at our age.
I
You'll
just
get
don't need
there.
it.
You actually, you're one of those people who's already there. But
I'm an old lady.
I was a
Her
people
blanket
pleaser.
and everything.
I was a people pleaser up until
I should be drinking tea.
15 or so years ago.
Water.
About 15 years ago, I changed from people pleaser, so I get it. And once you make that change, you get that. Well, that not to sound callous, but that's a you problem, and I don't need that energy. So if you're going to cut me out of your life, thank you, because it's better off for me to not have that energy around. As much as it sucks,
Yeah.
it's
It
a
does.
good thing.
Well, and I think it just kind of also pinpoints and shows you the people that were never really that great at having any sense of self-accountability.
Right.
Yeah.
And like what we said earlier,
It's
how
the woe is
how
me.
you react to something.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
And
the woe
if
is me
you can't
feeling
have
that they
the
give.
self-awareness to go, why am I reacting this way? Why am I feeling this way?
Yep.
Oh, it's
You
not even that.
might
It's
be
not
the
even
problem.
that. It's not even that.
Well, before I'm saying like in her
A
instance,
lot of times they know the why.
they just won't admit it.
They won't deal with the why.
Right.
no,
Yeah.
they'd rather just block.
Block. Yep.
I know that I'm
Bye.
not happy in my life. I know that I don't like the way I look. I know I need to work out.
I'm
Yeah.
mad.
I know,
I'm mad
and
that
you're
she has
doing
the
all the
confidence to
things-
do that, and I
Yep.
don't.
So
You're doing all the things I should be, and that makes me mad.
So I'm gonna do a little. My daughter, she was invited to the Christmas party. I was not, for my family, and she went to the party, and she thought I was gonna be mad at her, and I said, no, I'm not gonna separate you from my family. Go to the party. So she went to the party, and she said, Mom, everybody was complaining. Everybody was complaining. I'm like, okay,
About what?
about what?
Life.
She's like, well, Nick has this, and Uncle Jason has that. And then I just stood there and I said, why don't you just talk to my mom? I'm like, no, you didn't. She's like, yes, I did. You know what my mom does for work? My mom can help you. Why won't you talk to my mom? And then nobody talked to her for the rest of the party. So she went and hung out with the little nieces and nephews. So I was like, yeah, kid. She loves everything that I do. She's just like my biggest cheerleader. She really is.
But I will say, like, things like this are another part of the hindrance of why women may not want to take the step. I don't want to deal with that. So I'm just going to stay in the comfort zone that's kept everybody happy.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm used to making myself last. I'll just stay here.
I mean, I'm not gonna
Rather
lie.
than taking the steps to
Yeah.
put themselves first.
And us younger women are even aware of it. I'm not even a mom yet, but I'm not gonna lie. I have kind of a, I would hope, healthy fear of something like that happening.
Right.
And I already feel like I've lost myself to a certain extent just between helping to run a business and renovating a house and having the dogs and having, and running a household, and
Right.
I've made comments before to my husband when we would invite people over who we're not super close with and they're not over all the time, and I'm like,
Yep.
this house is a mess, we have to clean, and he's like, what do you mean? They're fine. And I'm like, no, but if they walk in and this house is a mess, that's going to reflect on me, not you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I haven't said that in a long time.
Yep.
We've gotten a lot better with balancing the household chores and the cleaning and whatever
Yeah.
else. But that used to be something I would say all the time.
We just did that.
And
I don't
it's
do all the cleaning anymore.
good, but
It only
it's,
took how long?
but it's, well, and that's something I've
Yeah.
been like, I'm a little brutal. I get it, but I've unfortunately, I think, witnessed a lot of people my parents' generation and your generation, the one right before
Yeah.
mine, go through that.
Yes.
And I'm taking the stance of I don't want that to happen.
And you're
So I've
sta-
been trying
yeah.
to take steps. So
Yep,
so
that's
for
great.
someone like me, what advice would you give at this point after now going through it?
First of all, you should stay on the track that you're on. You're doing absolutely amazing. You're being
Thanks.
your own person.
I'm trying.
That's
I
very
rediscovered
hard.
my love for reading.
Especially
everything.
especially when you get married. You lose yourself. You do. You lose yourself.
Well,
I've
because
been-
now you're part of a unit,
Yes.
and everyone you talk to outside of your house is you are so and so's wife, or
Yes.
you are.
Well,
you know,
like,
and,
yes,
and
mine-
it even starts then.
Yes.
Trying to keep a hold of your individuality and who you are.
Right.
It even starts to happen then, where you almost have to like guard it and be like, yes, I'm his wife, but I'm also this, and I'm also her. I'm also.
Yeah.
That my wife and I have
And I don't see it happening to the
luckily-
guys as much.
My wife and
be
I have
honest.
luckily.
Yes.
She's Laureen and I'm John. Like.
Yeah.
We. That's. It's not. Oh, your wife. That everybody will come up to me and go, "How's Laureen?" Not "How's your wife." We have managed to keep
Right.
our individuality while being able to be a team.
That's
And I
great.
think that's the ideal.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is. It's
I
fantastic.
I think that's how it should
Absolutely.
be. And luckily, we've kind of really tried to make it that way ourselves too. We've never stopped each other, or
Yeah.
we'll like in our close and extended friend groups, everyone says people by their name. It's not, how's your wife? It's how's Brianna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
But,
It's important.
for coworkers, for things like that, it can sometimes, oh, how's your husband? How's
Yep.
your wife? And it's okay. He has a name.
Yeah.
He's a person. He's a whole person.
Right.
And vice
Yep.
versa.
Yep.
But I know we're, what? Yeah,
3.
about 3, and then we'll close up. But is there anything else you'd love to share, or?
So, pushing
What
yourself-
advice would you give?
Pushing yourself forward to be an individual person after being a stay-at-home mom, being a wife, is just, you need to find yourself. Find something that matters to you. Like, so I would probably say right now, energy matters to me. Right now, energy matters to me. That's why I do the jobs that I do, because I want to help people with their energy as well. So find something, and don't let someone get in your way and tell you that it's not something that you should be doing, because if you didn't know what you wanted to do before, you got to try it. And if you fail, you fail. Who cares? At least you tried.
Right.
It's going to be scary. It's worth it. I'm still pushing myself to get out there. It's very hard. I don't really have a lot of friends. I have my friends right here.
It's an uphill climb.
Yes. So
all of life is an uphill climb.
yes. So yes. Keep moving forward. It's worth it. It's not that bad.
Do you think that there's anything that
And you can do scary things.
Do you think
And do
that there's
scary
anything
things.
that current stay-at-home moms or moms of even working moms of young children who are kind of all consumed by work, coming home, kids, bed, work, come home, kids, bed? Is there any advice you would give just younger women in general?
Life is not going
to
slow,
not lose themselves,
right.
though.
Life is not going to slow down. Schedule your time
Yeah.
as an appointment.
Don't feel bad leaving.
Take a bath.
Schedule time for a bubble bath, even if it means you get 20 minutes of less sleep. Like, you'll get 20 minutes of mental
Yes.
reprieve.
I think as a mom, I never took a bath ever until I started working out, and I was told take a bath because
With the
it'll make you
Epsom
feel
salt
good.
and
Yes.
everything
Like
else.
so, meaning that
Yes.
she would take shower, obviously
Well,
clean
yeah,
herself,
I
take
clean
showers.
myself.
But
I
as,
would
as
never
her trainer,
bathe.
as her trainer, I would say to her, "You're going to be sore. I want you to get into a hot bath,
Yes,
Right.
and
with
just
Epsom
soak."
salt.
And she's like, "You mean just sit?"
Just sit. I don't do that. I
Yeah.
don't do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
That
And
was
now
a
I'm
fight
like,
for me to
"Ah!"
get her to do that in the beginning.
Yes.
When she was training for stage, I was like, "You need to get into a tub and sit."
Yes.
So
Yes. So find time for yourself and keep moving forward. It is worth it.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Don't feel
1000%.
bad leaving the
Don't feel
kids with
bad.
your spouse.
No.
For
No,
God's
no.
sakes, they are
They
also
will
their parent.
survive.
They are also their parent.
thank
Yes.
you for being here
Thank
today.
you for
Thank you
having
so
me.
much.
This was so much
You
And-
were
fun.
our first
You know-
guest, and it was so much
Yeah.
fun.
Thanks.
There's a lot of people out there who are going to hear this and
Yes.
hopefully benefit from
Yes,
hearing
I
that
hope so.
someone in their 40s can turn around and create a new life
Yeah.
Absolutely.
after having the one they had for so long.
Absolutely. You can be a different person anytime you want.
So
Anytime.
there you go. We want to thank Plymouth Rock TV, and they are our station, and we are thankfully through them on Apple TV and Amazon Fire and Distro TV and Local Now, as well as we're on every podcast site. I believe there is right now, although Apple's been wonky. I will figure out what's going on with Apple Podcasts. And so Tuesday mornings, 10 o'clock, we're on every podcast site. Sunday nights at 7 p.m., we're on all of the TVs. So we're in about 100 million
Sorry, I
homes.
think my husband's home there.
And we will see you guys next week.
Thanks,
Thank
Ben.
Thanks
you.
so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.